The Changer's Church Valley Reservation by the Changer called John. This is the first story of the city called Toenditall. Follow us as John the Changer goes to every town and all the things he has to deal with. This story starts 10 years after the founding of this town. The story about how it started is for another time. We explain much of what is going on here now and what and how things are done. So sit back and listen to the story of the Changer's Church Valley Reservation by the Changer called John. The main train station has the regular train station and the train comes in once a day. The main train that goes everywhere is an overhead hanging monorail with up to 20 cars each. There are 2 rails, one going each way. There are 2 stations, one for passengers and one for cargo. This way we do not have to tie up the passenger station. On the train we send a weekly newspaper to all the towns. And there is a number to call if you want to put in an ad or report some news. The population of Toenditall City has 3,000 residents. This is the town where everyone comes to retire, so all the rest of the towns can be used by the workers within the many businesses we have in each town. When you retire you move to Toenditall and get your own place, and if you want you can get a part-time job. Has 3,800 homes, newspaper, post office. The post office does not deliver the mail to everyone and everyone gets a P.O. box. Stores, factories. There is 4 hotels and has 200 rooms each. There is 6 dinners that can seat up to 100 each, and the Toenditall Bank, horse riding and a horse stable with fix-it shop. Each city now has a hotel that can house all the employees, so the hotels can house the newcomers and or anyone that needs a room. Once they get hired and stay in town they will go to the employee hotel to stay. The Changer Church main office, church, council, church school, county school and city hall have the jail and court system. Town hall and other business that pertain to city business. General store, laundromat, barber's shop, hairdresser, small hospital, dentist, movie theater, gospel music dance hall. When the town gets bigger there are more businesses added. The 6 hotels has 200 rooms each for anyone that is new and wants to stay. They have to wait to get a job and then they get a home. We try to match the person to the job we have, not the job to the person. We have 6 dinners that can seat up to 100 at a time. We deliver to the ones that are retired and cannot come to get their own food. We even deliver food from the store too. Note: I leave everyone's gender, name out of my stories, so if there's ever a movie done they can put in who they want, male or female actor, with the name of that actor as needed. My name is John the Changer and I am the main inspector, changer, judge, teacher, and preacher that goes from city to city taking care of everything that needs to be done. Even court hearings, anything that has to do with city or church business we can take care of. We are still training some others, so when the time comes all the towns will have an inspector living in the city. Then over time they can tell their stories of what happens from day to day within each city. Now for something kind of interesting: the train system that goes to every town, and some trains go to 3 or even 4 towns in one day and sometimes even twice. All the trains are electric. Has a baggage car that has a small jail inside of the car at one end, the rest is baggage and storage for goods that needs to be delivered. The main train station has both regular train cars and the suspended monorail system. The suspended monorail system has up to 20 cars, passenger cars, sleeper cars, my office car, repair car and engine car. A little more information about the way things are and how everything is built. These are the types of ITS. When you get into town, the first place you will want to go is the bank to get your ID. If not, you will not be able to buy anything or even rent a room or eat. We have to do this so everyone has the same knowledge and knows what is going on with each town. At the beginning of the class you will get a booklet with all the information that you will go over in that class. There will be a test at the end of each class. All train rides determine what number you are. Like if you are 1 student, then you would only pay $1 and so on. 0. Worker has to take 2 classes for anyone to be working full-time and could be in any one of the towns. 1. Student just got to the city and going to the 1 class so you can have a classification. 2. Retired, over the age of 62 and working part-time. 3. Fighter, will be sent to the ring for fighting and or retraining or both. Later on you will find out what they will fight over. 4. Thief, if at any time they have been caught they will also have number 6 on their ID. 5. Tourist, come here just to sightsee. 6. Will only work and live at Toenditall. Everyone comes into this town and gets a debit card and all their funds that they want put on that card. The card also has their face on the card and it is also used as ID too. So they're everything on the card that is needed and even their SSI number. If they want a job and get their work ID they have to go to 2 classes to the end and pass them and to do what needs to be done within each class. They have to go to the library to get on the computer and do the first class. This class has to do with all the rules within each town and what jobs we have available within each town. If they do not pass the classes they stay here and work. The only ones that pass the classes will be let beyond this town to work. For it is easier to train them here than to do it in some of the small towns when we need them to work not in classes. The roads, power, phone, cable lines, they all follow the train tracks. Soon if everything goes good we will have a small electric car. Right now the fastest way to go from town to town is the train. We have small stations along the way in between every town. So if you live within the tracks you can hit a button at the small station or on the train and the train will stop there and or if you want to get off there you can. We have the last car that has all the stuff that is needed to fix this if it breaks down. For we are out in the middle of now here and it would take time for to send out someone to fix it. So all the trains have maintenance cars. The water comes from a big well here in the city. Within each town we have a well that provides water. Now the sewer system is another thing. The water and sewer lines run beside the road with most of the power, cable, phone lines. We have found that if everything is in one place we can fix it much easier even in bad weather. In every town we drill a well and tie it into the main line. This way water will go where it is needed even out of town. Every farm, house, business is hooked up to city water and sewer. This way we can keep the groundwater clean and usable. The sewer system empties out in a big quarry in Toenditall from all the areas within the valley. It seems like I have forgot about all the people that come here just to see the sights and to look at everything in the parks and other places we have here and everything is free for everyone to see everything. The only thing we make money on is the food that we have to pay for in the hotel rooms. Plus the hotel rooms are not really that high anyway and the food is not sometime that cheap, it all depends on what you order. The train ride is not that much either. It is only 5.00 for each person to each town. Like if you go to the 4 towns over then it will cost you only 20.00. So that means it is 5.00 between each town. Now if you are a senior then you get a free pass and half-price rooms and meals. Now remember everything is on your ID, your money, meds if you take them, your doctors if you have one. Everything and anything that pertains to you is on your card. This way we have one card within our system, not like 10 different ones. It just makes it easier for the banks and everyone at all the stores. You can buy anything that is here within the valley, even the furniture, and we can ship it everywhere. Got back from Whitehall City. I went right home and went in and she grabbed me and said that her mom had passes and was trying to get a hold of me for 2 days now. And was glad that I have come on when you get the message. I said when is it? She said it was this afternoon. Then I got back in time. There has been so much happening that boy have I got some stories to tell you. I said come with me in the morning and see what I do all day and we can do some things together for one. For all the kids are grown up now and it was just us. She said that sounds like something she can do and then said that is really okay, for now that mom is gone I do not need to stay here and take care of her any longer. I said you can go with me all the time if you want. Where I go I have #1 hotel room in every hotel, and in some of the towns there is all kinds of things to go. We spent the time together and then the next day we left and went to the next town that was on his list. See you in the next town. Back from Garland or south. We got here about 11 a.m. and they headed home and I went to the main church office. When I got there everyone is like a panic. I said okay, what is going on, that I had come all the way back here to fix things. They said okay, then follow us. Remember the 2 guys you sat here, they are going crazy now and it seems like they are dying or something. I said what did you feed them? He said whatever we tried to feed them they would not eat it. So in turn we did not feed them anything. I went to the door and said what can I get you to eat and drink? One said no way, we though you left us here to die. I said there has been so much going on here that I just could not get here until now. I said what you two need to eat? They said what they needed and it was kind of weird and I said go and get what they want right away. They left and it was no long when they got back and I said open the cell and let them out. They both just looked at me and said you must have seen our boss. I said I have and you are free to go, and remember next time come to me if you need anything, okay? They said okay, we will. They all just looked at me and said okay, what is going on now? I said get everyone together and I will explain this only once and then it is your problem after that. It was not long when everyone showed up and then I told everyone the same time what happened. They said wow, that must have been some fight. I said it was not much as fight, but boy I thought one time I was going to lose him because I was having a hard time to hang on. But it all worked out for the best and now they know if they ever come back here they know to see me first. Of whoever is here tell everyone the story so they will know what to do too. I said okay, is there anything else I need to do while I was here? They said yes, there was one more thing. There is one case we seem to get stuck on and no one seems to make a ruling, for what happened was so weird that what was right and what was wrong will not solve the problem. I said okay, show me, and they left the room and I followed them to a small office and there sat someone I have not seen in a very long time. I know who he was and what he has been though, and when I come in he said don't I know you? I said yes you do, but it has been like over 20 years ago. I said okay, what is going on? He just looked at me and said it was Sam. She died last year and I found her walking around town and talking to everyone but me. I even went up to her and tried to talk to her but she would not talk to me. Everyone here says I am crazy and I need help. I said okay, take me to where she has last been seen. He said okay and we got up and I said okay, open the door, and I said we will be back later and if anyone wants to do come along. He said it was in Garland or North and we need to take the train. I said that is where I was going next, so this will work for both of us. I said clean him up and get him ready, we will head out in the morning. He said that will work and I said take him to the hotel and get him a room and gets whatever he wants, okay? He said thanks and I left the room and went back home. See you all in Garland or North. Something that was not said was what would happen if someone from another town come in and went to another town and bypassed Toenditall. When they got to the town and went in and then just walked around and did not cause problems and then tried to buy something and tried to use real money, the store owner would say to him hold on for a minute and go out back and call the cops, and then they would show up and ask him where he come from and where is his ID card. If they said that they do not have one and why would they need an ID card to buy things, then the cop would have to explain without your ID card you cannot buy anything here. They said how come? Then the cop said come with me and we can explain it to you. They said okay and left with the cop. He was sent back to Toenditall to get training in their ID. So then you ask why all this just to get an ID so you can buy everything? I said that it is because our pay system there is only one way to pay and that is through your ID card. For your ID card has everything on it, your health records, your banking, your address and everything else that is needed here. When the card is used it will auto-update your address of where you are at. The best part is you will be given a P.O. box in that city with now the new information. So if you get mail it will auto-go to the town you are in. Come here from North Satin. We plan to set up someone that will be in each town and I will still make my rounds to check on things and help if needed. Just as soon as I got here I went to the city hall and when I got there the person behind the desk said please go to this guy's office. I said oh okay, where is it? He pointed down first door on the left and I said okay. When I got there knocked on the door the person said okay come on in and I knew the guy so we sat there and talked for quite a while and then I said well it is time to talk about training some people and sending them out to X town so they can help resolve a lot of the things that's going on that I just can't be there to tend to. Rick said that yes we can do that but it will take a little bit of time and we do have some that could be potentially qualified to do this. I said okay then we will set up a training program and this way once they graduated training program we can send them to a town to help out. Okay, if you need anything I'm going to be at the house for a couple of 3 days, I need some time off. I did all kinds of stuff with the family and we did all kinds of stuff and it was time to go back to work. All I going to say LSL will see you in the next town. New rule. Once we get one set up we will bring others that was caught fighting will be brought there. We will set up the ones that fight will have a number 5 on their ID too. But they can have 2 numbers on their ID. Like 4 for worker and 5 for fighter. So if they do show up we will know that they have fought before and they will be entered into the computation.